we couldn't do what we do without you, and especially with what we've got rolling on the block right now. Another one of those special Barrett-Jackson moments with an incredible car, the new 2025 Cadillac Escalade IQ EV, VIN #1, folks, VIN #1. And this is going to be another Barrett-Jackson moment. We're going to help some great people. We're going to benefit the Detroit Children's Fund. So proud and honored to have them. And we've got our first speaker is Lauren Smith, Director of U.S. Sales Operations for Cadillac, and then followed by Nick Carmonas, Partner and CEO of Detroit Children's Fund.
All right, thank you. Thank you to Steve and Craig and the entire Barrett-Jackson team. Very excited to be here today because, as mentioned, the proceeds for the auction of our first VIN 1 Cadillac Escalade IQ will go back to the Detroit Children's Fund, 100% of those proceeds. So very excited to be having that go back. And it's an honor to be partners with this wonderful organization. And the Escalade has been a cultural icon and continues to electrify and drive the all SUV segment. And we're excited that we now have an entry with the 2025 Escalade IQ, which we believe is going to raise the bar with features like 460 miles. Yes, 460 miles of range. We also have this beautifully redesigned exterior and interior. And even though you can't see it, we have a 55-inch pillar-to-pillar display screen inside of the vehicle. And that's just a few of the features. So again, Cadillac continues to drive bold ambitions, and we're really honored because we will be able to come back and donate the proceeds of this auction to the hometown of Cadillac itself in Detroit. So with that, I want to thank you again and turn it over to Nick, CEO and partner of the Detroit Children's Fund.
Thanks, Lauren. I appreciate that. First, I wanted to say thank you to General Motors, Cadillac, Craig and Steve, and everyone at Barrett-Jackson. Thank you so much for this opportunity. It's incredible. And I want to thank the bidders in advance for bidding. Your generosity is going to make dreams come true. Every child deserves a quality education, and your donation, your contribution is going to do just that in the Motor City. 2,000 plus students will benefit from your generosity. They'll get a quality education, they'll be able to pursue their dreams, and ultimately what you're doing is changing lives. So please bid generously. Thank you so much for being here, and let's start the bidding.
Let's go, Joseph. You know the deal, everyone. You write the check right to their foundation.
No, look at
Wow, beautiful piece here, and you know, just very 2020s. All LED, even the Escalade, the Cadillac crest in the grille. You know where Cadillac got its name? There was a Frenchman on the run from the authorities. He hopped on a boat to come to America, and when he hopped off the boat, he had reinvented himself as a French nobleman, Antoine de la Motte de Cadillac. He became an explorer, and he founded the city of Detroit. Couldn't do all that in the internet age, could you?
I think there were a lot of the explorers back then that were on the run from one thing or another. You never quite know. What I'm impressed with is the range on this. They're closing in on 500 miles for range, more than 450 out of this Cadillac, and that is really significant. I think it's the range that's really going to make a significant difference in the sales of electric cars in this country.
Well, how they're able to give that range is just with a 200 kilowatt-hour battery pack. For reference, like a Tesla Cybertruck we saw earlier, about 130 kilowatt-hours, so twice almost the battery size, which is going in between the wheels and underneath of this thing. Yeah, the total horsepower around 750 horsepower, and yeah, completely different chassis than the gasoline Escalade. 750 horsepower, 785 pound-feet of torque. So really nothing in common with the gasoline Escalade on this one with anything. Totally different platform shared with the Silverado EV and say the Hummer EV, and they're going to go a long way with this one. The starting price MSRP is $130,000, but now we just hit $500,000. Wow.
And that's what's significant. Once again, every penny going to benefit the Detroit Children's Fund. This is what we see Barrett-Jackson do so well. Raise money for great causes, big money.
Well, this will indeed be a game changer because the average range of today's electric SUVs is about 250 miles. So this car will nearly double that. And can't wait to see it in showrooms. But VIN number 1 can only be had right here, right now.
And it just sold $550,000 for the very first VIN 1 2025 Cadillac Escalade IQ. All the money going to benefit Detroit Children's Fund. And as they point out, the check is written directly to the cause. They don't take a commission. There's no extra money that's spent. The check goes directly to the cause.
We just saw the incredible sale of the 2025 Cadillac IQ. Fully EV, fully electric, and it's a VIN number 1, which is a pretty important VIN number, Craig.
It is. We've got to thank General Motors for helping us raise so much money for great charities. Born in Pontiac, Michigan, I love to help Detroit, and what you're doing is a great charity.
Nick, what does this mean for the Detroit Children's Fund?
It means we can do more of our work. It means that we can help more kids in Detroit get the education they deserve. So it's just really amazing when people do this for us, step up and show that they really care about the city and the kids in it. It's really inspiring, and we're going to put this to good use.
Now, Lauren, you're with Cadillac. How did you decide to pair up with the Detroit Children's Fund?
Oh, well, thank you for that question. I mean, it was important for us to be a part of the city we were born and continue to be a part of. So that was the key driver. And as I mentioned earlier, we've been partners, General Motors, since 2017. It's a partnership we're very proud of.
And Craig, $550,000 goes directly to the charity, 100% of the hammer price. There's no fees going to Barrett-Jackson. That's very important.
It is. Charity is a foundation of Barrett-Jackson, giving back. Children, cancer, our military, and first responders. Those are the 4 things that are primary, and STEM. Because STEM bleeds into kids and engineers and everything else, so it's a full circle. You got to give back to pay forward for the next generation.
That's right. Now we got a lot of big cars still rolling on the block. Craig, I know you got to get up there and watch over that, so we'll get you back to the action.